Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is part 3 of my dual sliding cargo build series. And in this video, we're going to go ahead and do all the carpeting and also build the side flaps for the side storage, as well as do the final assembly. So let's get into the video. Alright guys, I got my carpet here. It's just some cheapo indoor-outdoor carpet that I bought at Home Depot a while ago for the last cargo. Still had some extra laying around. So one thing to note is the carpet does have a direction on it. So like the fabric, it's going horizontal right now. So it kind of just is preference which way you want it to go, I guess. But I think for maximum savings of material, we'll probably go this way. So, I want to lay it out and get a rough idea. We are going to want to overlap the front here because this is visible. So, we need to make sure to account for that. And I'm going to be using this 3M Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive, as well as staples to kind of keep everything in or on while it's drying. And then once it's kind of on there, just get a really sharp razor blade. It's just a new one. That way it'll cut the carpet off really cleanly for you. Alright guys, let's get started, and first make sure the surface is relatively clean, dust free anyway. Let the glue hold it down. And don't be stingy. Alright guys, I forgot how annoying this carpet adhesive is, but you can kind of see on the top it's not like fully on. So what I ended up doing is all those gaps, I sprayed more adhesive in there, and now I'm just laying it on its side so that way that side will dry. I'll kind of do that for each of them. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, you might want to just go with doing the top first and leaving the excess, and then cutting the excess to fit the sides, and then when you're ready to glue it, spray the adhesive on one side only, and then put some weight on it so that the bottom will kind of stay flat as it dries. That's what I'm doing now, and then I'm going to start on the next piece over there, and that one I'm not too concerned about because that's just a sleeper, so I'm probably just going to do the top to keep it easy. Alright guys, I got this sleeper platform thingy glued or carpeted, and what I want to show you guys is how to cut it. So make sure you have a really sharp blade and try not to pull up, but you can just run it along the edge really close and cut for you really nicely. Clean line, you just ride up against the corner. And there you go. Do the same on the other side as well. Alright. There's the finished product for the sleeper platform. It's actually easier if you don't do the sides. It's so much easier to cut. Alright guys, last up is the drawer front. I'm actually not even going to bother plugging these holes. I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of carpeting right here in the bottom and up here because those will be visible. Alright guys, got all the carpet done finally. Basically all the front facing pieces here are all done. You can kind of see there. This is the sliding platform and then the sleeper platform. Alright guys, it's been a couple days. This is kind of what the final product looks like. I've been using it for a while now. Got some gear in here, as you can see, a bunch of stuff. But I wanted to resume the video and start building out the sides. And let me show you guys what I did here. So I made some templates, and all you gotta do is just kind of build out a piece of cardboard that fits in here. This will kind of be the front support. This one here is just the other side. And you just gotta keep trimming it, measure it, trim it until you got a good fit. If you cut it to this exact size, it's probably gonna fit perfectly, which is okay. You can cut it a little bit smaller because the carpet's gonna fill in, you know, some of the gaps. And then for the side pieces, you know, you'll obviously need a bigger piece of cardboard, but you do the same thing and, you know, just trace it out. And I'm not going to show you guys that, but on this side is a little bit more complicated because of this hump. If you use 2x10s, you probably don't need to worry about that hump. You know, the higher you go, the less you have to worry about that. But this side for sure, I'm going to have to worry about it. This side looks like it's going to clear, and it'll actually this will actually support this piece, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this front piece out, this side piece out, and this one as well. And this one I'll kind of figure it out as I go, but I'm pretty sure this is going to get in the way. I'm going to have to notch out a little circle or something. Alright guys, I've gone ahead and moved my cardboard marks to the piece of plywood. I had this 3/4 inch spare. If you followed my build, you should have this piece left over as well, and it looks like it's going to work perfectly. So I've got the sides. Kind of drew this little circle right here. I don't know if that's right yet, but I'm just going to cut this whole thing out first, and then I'll figure out that circle. And then this is the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my jigsaw or scroll saw, whatever it's called, and just cut these pieces out. Alright guys, I wanted to be honest, that first cut, even though it looked perfect, I had to go back and trim this thing at least 6 times. Like, just cutting more. I think I would probably just suggest when you draw the lines out, just cut on the lines, because that'll make it smaller, and you know, once you carpet it, it'll kind of fill in the gaps. But I trimmed this thing at least 6 times. And then I even took a sander and sanded down some of the edges some more, just to make it fit. Alright guys, I just cut this one, and like I mentioned, cutting on the line made it fit much better. I didn't even have to trim this one that much. I just went and sanded it down, and it fit perfectly. So if you're going to trace the cardboard, just cut right on the line. Alright guys, I'm back. I took a little detour, and now I'm kind of back to where I kind of was earlier, but I wanted to give you guys an update on the drawer slides. I kind of made some modifications. Let me show you really quick. I realized that I had the locking slide on this one and that one, and I was wondering, like, why would I do that? Why would I need 2 locks? And I was thinking, what if I took this slide and put it down here, and then took the other the other regular slide and put it up here. So I have a locking one on my top platform and a locking one on the bottom one. So that's kind of what I spent the time doing. You can see here the drawer has the other lock now, and this side just has the regular one still. So that's what I spent most of my time doing earlier, instead of finishing it off. But now I've got a pair on top and bottom. The slide is side specific, so this one is for the right side and then the other one is on the left side. But it ended up working well. I also kind of remounted my slide as well. I had it flush before, and you can see it was like rubbing on the bottom here quite a bit. Well, you probably can't see, there you go, you can see the scratches. So I kind of elevated it a little bit, and I don't know if it's gonna help yet, but we'll find out soon. So that's all I did. So now I'm gonna be finishing up the sides here. You can see I already cut all the other pieces, drilled some pocket holes, and I'm just gonna drill these in. Same with this side. And then what I'm gonna do with this is probably gonna drill a small hole in here. Maybe the one that can fit my finger. I don't know yet. So that way I can lift this thing up, because this piece is going to be kind of sitting elevated like this, right? Because it's not part of the top platform. The top platform still needs to slide freely. And this is probably gonna want to slide with it as it kind of rubs up against it. And also I need something to support it. And what I'm gonna do is, if you watched my other cargo video, I just use these. So I'm gonna bolt one right here, or screw one in right here, and maybe a smaller piece like this size over here, and that'll kind of support it along this rail, and then it's gonna sit on this. That's why I'm gonna screw this in here. One thing I'm worried about is, as it's bumping around, before I had the piano hinge, which obviously I can't use, so I need to figure out a way to keep this from kind of moving around as I'm driving, maybe on rough terrain or something. And I thought about these guys here, so I bought these already. They're pretty inexpensive. They're magnets, and what I was thinking is, just imagine this was on here. I can put like maybe this piece on this side, and then this piece on this side somehow. Maybe screw it in or something. And then when it's on there, it kind of clamps on there tightly. Or not tightly, but tight enough to kind of hold it. So I'm gonna see if that works. I'll probably just run it along these two. And this does raise it a little bit, so I've got to take that into account as well. So I can't just mount this piece flush. I got to go down a little bit. So I'm gonna see how that works. Alright, there she is, both on there. Alright guys, change of plans. I found these square tubing that I had laying around. This would work too, but I figure I already got this and it works with the magnets as well. So I figure I'll just use them. They're actually stronger too. So what I did was some of the holes were already drilled in here, but I found some screws and I made this hole bigger so that the head would go through, and then I'm just going to use this to bolt it up somewhere right here. It's going to be overkill, but I guess it'll work, so I'm going to do that. Alright guys, I got the adhesive on there and the magnets, and probably should have taken this sticker off, but whatever. I'm just gonna clamp this down and make sure that the adhesive 3M kind of stays on there. Alright guys, went ahead and finished mounting up the other rail here on both sides. Won't show you guys that side, but it's the same thing. And it looks like it is much more stable now. Should be a lot better in the vehicle, so yeah, pretty happy with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish everything up, meaning recarpet this, carpet that, and carpet that piece. Alright guys, after don't know, 4-6 hours. I don't know how long it's been taking, but finally got these sides done. It took about, it took all of last night and this morning. The longest part was doing the stupid carpet and kind of like making sure that this thing stays. Put up a couple photos for you guys. I just had to use a lot of clamps and had to do like one side at a time. And even then, it's still not perfect. You can see here, like this thing is still out, so I'm gonna have to do that again. The hardest part are all these little curves right here. And this one, it's not 100% perfect, but from the top, looks pretty good. All right guys, this thing's pretty heavy, but I'm gonna use the table to help me. These little side things that I put in for the side flaps, they actually work pretty well as a handle to kind of hold this thing. But I won't need that as much. I guess I will use it right now. Alright, next up is a platform. Next up is the drawer. And last is the side wings. Alright guys, here's everything put in the vehicle. So one thing I noticed is this side is super sturdy because of this guy right here. And then remember there's support back there as well, so this one's pretty good. This side, it's a little floppy. And I think the reason is, if I can get this up, is I might need to put a little buffer right here so that it rests on this. But other than that, I think that should be good. Alright guys, so I decided to reuse my old straps here. You can see here, I just put it in. Seems to work fine, so take what I can get. Did it on both sides. Seems to come out pretty easily now. At this point, I'm done with this project and I'm gonna reload all my gear.